Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all having. It's probably not morning anymore, but anyway, hope you're all having a great day today. Today, I wanted to talk about God's hands and specifically eternal security because I feel like I haven't talked about eternal security in a very long time on here. I think because it's something that I just kind of assume everyone is all good on, but that's most likely not the case, as it's something that I know I used to worry about way back when, and I know that other people also do as well, worrying about losing salvation, etc. So there's a verse in scripture that talks about how God says that no one can or no man can snatch them from my hand. And I think that a lot of people will take that verse and say, yeah, but you can take yourself out of his hand, or people will think that they can like take themselves out of God's hand. First off, just for some perspective, do you really think that you, a minuscule human, are stronger than the hand of God? I don't think so. So that's number one. Second, God says no man, and that includes yourself. If you are of mankind, then that includes yourself. So no, you can't take yourself out of his hand. But something that I was thinking about even more so the other day is that I think when I used to think of this first, I used to think of God's hand as being like this, open. And I used to think that, me being myself could like, walk off and jump off or whatever, like you can take yourself. But the way that it's being described is no man can snatch them out of my hand. When you think of you really trying to like protect something from someone and, not wanting something to be snatched out of your hand, you're probably not going to be holding it like this. You're probably going to be holding it like this, like a fist. And so the way that I see this verse now is I think of God's hand as almost like this. No man can snatch them from my hand. If you try to pry someone's hand open like this, you're not going to be able to do it. So this verse, I actually don't think that God's hand is out like this. I think that God's hand is more like this, like protective. And so if God's hand is like this when he says no man can snatch them from out of my hand, then can you take yourself out of a fist like this? Probably not. So I don't know. I think that the way I've read this verse in the past has kind of been, again, like this. But I actually think it's talking more like this, like a fist. No one can take you out of God's hand. You can't take yourself out of God's hand. God has you in his hand, and God's hands are powerful. Um, I don't know. That's just something that I was thinking about the other day. I don't know why I did. I forget why I did. This was one of those, thoughts that was going through my head when I was sick in bed, with a fever the other day. I feel much better, by the way. Thank you all for the good thoughts, prayers, and wishes. I appreciated it a lot. I feel much, much, much better than I was the other day. The other day when I was on here, was definitely feeling like I was on the mend. Now I'm still just a little bit congested. You can probably hear it, but I feel much, much better. But yeah, this is just something I was thinking of. There are a lot of other, arguments I could make for eternal security, which I have in other videos on this channel. But today I wanted specifically to just focus on that verse in particular. It was just something that kind of came to my mind that I thought was kind of cool, that I thought, made sense. And it was my hair's not looking so great. It was kind of just like a new way to look at that verse that I hadn't before. And it's so funny because it seems so obvious now when I think about it that like it would be like this rather than that. But it was just something that I thought was interesting that I was hoping that you guys could, benefit from. So anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are all staying warm. It's definitely, cooling down now. Um, I finally get to wear my nice 80s jacket. Again, this is like one of my favorite jackets ever. You guys know, those of you who have been here for a while know that I absolutely love the 80s, like, 80s music, 80s everything. So I love this jacket so much because it makes me feel very like, you know, Maverick, Top Gun, Marty McFly vibes. So anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your week. As always, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, do not ever hesitate to leave me a comment down below, or you can shoot me an email at my email address, which is christianconvos@gmail.com. Also, if you guys have any prayer requests, let me know those as well. And as always, have a lovely rest of your day, and God bless.